Hello everyone, this is teacher Eddie and welcome to part 3 of the video class about articles. If you didn't have a chance to check part 2 or part 1, where I introduced the very basic rules about using articles the and a or an, and in the part 2 I discussed more deeply about article the, you can still check it here. And today I would like to let you know more details, more nuances about using articles a or an. In this video, we will find out the most important crucial usages of articles a or an, the cases when we are not supposed to use these articles, and all the other nuances. So let's dive into the class. So here we are. As mentioned already, our topic today is more about a and an. And we will start to discuss them looking at the countable and uncountable nouns. So countable nouns are the nouns of separate objects like people, things, ideas, and etc., which can be counted. And we can use numbers and the article a or an with these countable nouns. And countable nouns, they have plural forms, or we can say they have plurals, right? This is a brief definition of countable nouns. Let's look at some examples. Yeah, we can say a cat. If it is one countable singular noun, we say it together with an article, a cat, and we can count it 2 cats, a dragon, 5 dragons, an orange, 20 oranges, a book, 100 books. We can count it, so we are calling it countable nouns. Okay, think about your own examples. And once again, at the beginning of countable nouns, if they are in singular form, we are using article a or an. Next, let's look at the uncountable nouns. Okay, uncountable nouns, they also are known and called sometimes as mass nouns. So those are names of materials, liquids, something abstract, anything which we see in masses without clear boundaries and not as a separate objects. Okay? Again, this is a definition, and now let's look at the examples. Those are as oil, water, plastic, steel, baggage, clothing. We cannot count it. We don't say 1 oil, 1 water, 5 plastics, 10 clothings or so. We cannot use numbers with it, and we use no articles with uncountable nouns. Yeah? Or once again, in other words, mass nouns. So countable nouns, let's use article a or an. Uncountable nouns, no numbers, no articles. Now let's take a look at the different uses of a or an. First of all, just a little note. This article does not add much to the meaning of a noun. It is like a weak form of one, and it has several different uses. A. Okay? One person or thing is being mentioned for the first time. So, if something is being mentioned for the first time, we are using article a or an. Okay? Again, let's look at the example sentences. Mary has a nice garden. A nice garden, or there is a police car outside, mentioning those for the first time and using article a. Case B. When we talk about any one member of a class, for example, a doctor must care about people. In this case, we are having in mind any doctor, therefore we are using article a again. Any one member of a class of all of the doctors. Another one example. My sister wants to live in a nice villa. Again, here we are referring to a nice villa. Any nice villas of the class of all the nice villas. Yeah? One member of a class. Okay, case C. We can use a or an when we classify or define people and things. When we say what they are, what job they do, or what they are used for. Okay? Here are some examples. She's an artist. He became a grandfather. A glider is a plane with no engine. Let's look at it. Using articles am, as for an artist, here we are classifying, a grandfather, defining people or things in some other cases. A plane, here we are explaining what is a glider. Again, we are using articles am or an. Okay? And the last one, case D. A or an is common before nouns that are used in descriptions. For example, she's a nice person. It was a lovely weekend. You wear a nice dress. Yeah, here we have descriptions. Nice person, lovely weekend, nice dress. Therefore, again, using article am. Okay, this is a little brief overview of those forementioned uses. When do we use article am or an? Okay. However, summary of all of these rules is one simple sentence. Please remember this, that we use a or an with singular countable nouns. This is really the most important rule of today's class and all of the classes about articles a or an. We use a or an once again with singular, that needs to be one, countable, which we can count 1, 2, 3, noun. Yeah, singular countable noun. So when a or an cannot be left out, that means this is common mistakes when sometimes we are missing it, but please don't in these cases. So if you have negative expressions after prepositions and after fractions, don't forget article am. Let's look at the examples. A question, how is your dog? I don't have a dog. In the question, your dog, we are using your, so we need no article. But the answer has a negative expression, I do not have a dog. Here we must use article. Why so? Because we have dog as a singular countable noun. If we say, I don't have dog, this is incorrect because we are missing article. Yeah? I don't have a dog. That is correct. Another one example. Salt is on a table. Salt is on a table. We don't say salt is on table. Again, missing article after preposition. Here we have preposition on, and we are using article after it if it is followed by a, once again, singular countable noun. The last one example. 3/4 of a cup. A cup. Okay? Again, to say 3/4 of cup or 3/4 of glass, it is incorrect because we are missing article. In this case, we are using article after fraction. So, in the end, we are getting back to the one same rule I mentioned as the most important one. We use a or an with singular countable nouns. So, all of these rules I'm talking here about actually is the one and the same rule. Once again, singular countable noun. Let's look at all of these examples I gave you here. You can see all of them are singular, all of them are countable, and all of them are nouns, right? Here we have dog, we have table, and we have cup. So, once again, if we have singular countable noun, please use article a or an. Okay? The most important rule of today's class, really. And now the nuance of not using a or an. The first case, so a or an is not used with an adjective alone, without noun, right? Once again, adjectives alone, we don't use noun. So for example, it was a nice movie. Here we have an adjective nice, and we have a noun movie. Therefore, using article am, because again, movie is singular countable noun. Another one example to compare. How was it? We don't say how was the movie, we just say how was it? And we answer, it was nice. It was nice. What do we have here? Nice is an adjective, but where is the noun? There is no noun, there is adjective alone, so we use no article. We don't say it was a nice. Yeah, it is incorrect. We use article only at the beginning of a noun or a noun phrase. In the case B, article on is not used with possessive. Instead, we can use a structure, a of mine or yours, and etc. You can think about your own examples. Here are mine few. He is a friend of mine. Yeah, this is the structure I have mentioned. He is a friend of mine. We don't say he is my friend. Yeah, this is incorrect because we are using possessive my. That is enough. We are using either possessive or an article. So once again, a little overview. Countable nouns. If it is singular, we are using article. If it is uncountable noun or mass noun, we are using no numbers and no articles with it. Okay? Think about your own examples. Think about your own example sentences. Once again, the little overview about different uses of it. Articles a or n. So mentioning for the first time. Something mentioning for the first time. Using article a or n. If mentioning something which is a member, one thing or one person of the class, using article a or n. When we are classifying, defining things, when we are explaining things, we are using article a or n. And the last one, when we are describing something or when we are giving descriptions, again, as you can see here, we are using article m. Okay? Once again, what I highly advise and encourage you to remember from this class about articles a or n is this one little summary, one sentence, which says, again, singular countable nouns require article at the beginning of it. Okay? Just remember this and you will be okay. I can promise that. Those are all the rules and nuances about using articles a or n. I really hope it was not confusing and now you can connect all the information you got from the parts 1, 2 and 3 of these short video series. If you need to check yourself or remind something to yourself, you can always get back and look at it again. But the most important part, as always, is your own personal practice. So share your thoughts and your example sentences in the comments under this video class that I could see it, I could correct it, and your classmates could see and be inspired to do the same. Okay? As always, keep practicing and keep growing, and bye-bye for today.